Sewer rehabilitation with Aarsleff CIPP provides a very simple, cost-effective rehabilitation solution that would otherwise have been a lengthy, extremely inconvenient process for traffic, shopkeepers and others. As in this case, where the discharge pipe runs beneath private gardens close to houses. Excavating a pipe and replacing it in the traditional manner here would not exactly have been popular. Prior to the installation process, the old pipe is CCTV inspected, partly to detect where the lateral pipes are connected to the main pipe, and partly to check whether the pipe is clean and ready for the installation of the Aarsleff tube. The Aarsleff tube is suitable for no-dig rehabilitating wastewater and rainwater pipes, for example. The Aarsleff tube is suitable for rehabilitating pipes ranging from 100 mm to 2500 mm in diameter. In this case, the pipe is rehabilitated from manhole to manhole. After measuring the length to be relined, the impregnated tube is inverted into the damaged pipe. This is affected by water. The water pressure inverts the tube into the old pipe at a steady pace. A rubber hose is installed inside the tube for the hot water curing process. The hose is inverted together with the CIPP tube into the host pipe. Once the tube is in place, it's cured. The water is heated in the on-site boiler by means of circulation. When curing is complete, the excess tube ends are cut off inside the manholes and the old pipe is lined internally with a CIPP tube with a strong and smooth surface that will last for many years. First, a pre-liner is blown into the old pipe. It is a thin plastic tube that protects the following polyester tube against groundwater during the inversion and curing. The pre-liner is shown here on its way through an intermediate manhole to the end manhole. The tube was delivered to the site in a crate filled with ice to prevent premature curing. The tube is lifted by crane from the container up to the inversion tower and inverted into the existing pipe from the tower. From here, it's guided into the manhole and brought into position adjacent to the pipe to be rehabilitated. The tube is now attached to the top ring from which it's inverted by water pressure down into the old pipe. The clamps are tightened and the initial preparations are now complete and the inversion of the tube can begin. The water is turned on and the pressure takes effect immediately. A hydraulic conveyor mounted at the top of the tower is used to control the inversion speed of the tube. The tube is being introduced into the host pipe, sealing off all lateral pipes as it advances. But as this takes only a short time, the users involved will not notice it. In other cases, where large multi-storied buildings or industries are involved, measures to divert discharge water are established. The pressure is constantly adjusted. The tube is now halfway down the host pipe. The rope, which is tied to the end of the tube, is used to ensure that the tube is constantly kept under the required pressure. Correct, constant pressure guarantees that the tube remains close to the wall of the host pipe during inversion. Red heat hoses are also pulled down the pipe. They're used to heat the water in the tube to 80 degrees to cure the new pipe. The inversion of the tube progresses according to plan, with water as the driving force. And it's now reached the end manhole. A thermometer probe is installed to enable constant temperature recordings during the curing process. The data are transmitted to the computer in the installation van and form part of the documentation for a successful result. The tube is heat cured. Aarsleff brings its own heater. The entire process is monitored on a computer. After curing has been completed, the start, end and any intermediate manholes are reopened. A sample of the tube is cut off and sent to the laboratory in order to meet the requirements of the Danish Quality Control Scheme for pipeline rehabilitation to verify that it fulfills the quality the customer has been guaranteed. All service laterals are now reopened with a cutter, which is remote controlled from the CCTV van. When all laterals have been reopened, work is rounded off with a CCTV inspection. This is naturally carried out by a member company of the Danish Quality Control Scheme for CCTV inspection, known as DTVK. CIPP lining requires limited working space on the ground, and passing pedestrians and vehicular traffic can pass unimpeded while the rehabilitation is in progress. It's also worth noting that Aarsleff CIPP linings have undergone 20,000 hours of testing to document a minimum expected service life of 100 years.